Good evening and welcome to Bizworld. I'm Adrian Seet. The International Trade and Industry Ministry, MITI, has formed a Sustainable Aviation Energy Task Force to reduce carbon footprint in the aerospace industry. According to its Senior Minister, Datuk Sri Muhammad Azmin Ali, the task force will provide policy recommendations and coordinate the implementation of public-private partnerships at the national level, including the production of sustainable aviation fuel or SAF in Malaysia.
Ya, ini satu task force baru hasil maklum balas daripada pihak industri untuk melihat bagaimana public and private sectors boleh mewujudkan satu jalinan kerjasama bagi membangunkan dan juga menjajarkan dasar-dasar aeroangkasa negara yang melibatkan pemain-pemain tempatan dalam industri aeroangkasa ini. Ini bertujuan supaya matlamat SAF itu dapat dicapai kerana kita mahu sustainable aviation fuel ini dapat menjadi matlamat untuk satu jangka masa yang telah ditetapkan. Ini juga adalah selaras dengan ESG.
Speaking at the My Aero 2022 opening ceremony, he said Malaysia aims to pioneer aerospace industry by using green technology towards clean and healthy environment. The task force comprised members from the government and private sector, including Malaysia Aviation Group, AirAsia and Petronas. Aerospace industry has been on an upward trajectory to help position Malaysia as a regional powerhouse and integral to the global aerospace industry supply chain. Last year, the industry recorded 104.7 billion ringgit worth of investments, a total trade of 13.84 billion ringgit and revenue of 12.2 billion ringgit. The cost of electricity tariff adjustment through the imbalance cost pass-through ICPT mechanism from the period of July to December 2022 is estimated to reach almost 20 billion ringgit. According to Energy and Natural Resources Minister Datuk Sri Taqiyuddin Hassan, the amount was 3 times higher than the 7 billion ringgit recorded from January to June of this year.
Sepatutnya kos ini dilepaskan kepada semua pengguna TNB sebanyak 9.4 juta akaun TNB ini sebanyak surcharge 11.81 sen per kilowatt jam bagi tempoh Julai sehingga Disember 2022.
Speaking in Dewan Negara, he said the government is taking a cautious approach and looking into ways to address the matter, including through the provision of targeted energy subsidies in the future. Amongst the efforts taken was prioritising the use of least-cost fuel dispatch for electricity generation. The ministry had also prepared a long-term generation development plan that sets the direction for the country's electricity supply planning. The government also planned to increase the share of renewable energy in its installed capacity to 31% in 2025 and 40% in 2035 under the Malaysia Renewable Energy Roadmap. Meanwhile, Malaysia has enough high energy reserves margin, which stands at 48% in the peninsula currently. Energy and Natural Resources Deputy Minister Dato' Ali Bijou said any pipeline investments by private entities will depend on the requirements at this particular time.
But Malaysia now we have what you call a reserve energy of quite high energy reserve at the moment. So it's I think almost maybe about more than 35 or 40% the reserve energy extra. So it means that the extra reserve energy means that we have a very safe or very selamat, very reliable power generation capacity.
Speaking after officiating the Global Gas Turbine Power Generation Summit in Kuala Lumpur, he said the percentage fluctuates based on the demand versus the power generated and the country's transition of electricity supply system towards a low-carbon energy system is outlined in the Malaysia Renewable Energy Roadmap. It focuses on increasing the share of 4 key renewable energy resources, namely solar, biomass, biogas and hydro. To date, Malaysia has reached 23% installation of renewable energy and is planning to hit 40% by year 2035. Kuala Lumpur is only behind Seoul in terms of 5G download speeds amongst major metropolitan cities in the Asia-Pacific. Opensignal's latest report, the 5G experience in APAC's biggest cities, showed that Kuala Lumpur's 5G down speeds is currently clocking in at 376.6 megabits per second Mbps. It is only 20% slower than Seoul, whose speeds are hitting 453 Mbps. However, Opensignal attributed this to the specific market situation of 5G in Malaysia, of which only one telco operator is already using, Malaysia's National Wholesale 5G Network Digital Nasional, DNB. The main operator that is using DNB, yes, only launched relatively recently. As a result, the DNB is currently operating with much fewer users and a much lighter load than most 5G city networks across the region. And that's all the time we have for Bizworld. I'm Adrian Seet. Thank you for investing your time with us and stay tuned.